From my experience with them, actually totally not like the cartoon animal at all. They don't do the tornado spinny thing. I haven't seen them like yell gibberish. Actually, they can get quite loud with their screams at times, but nothing like what the cartoon says. My name is Jeff. I've been a keeper here since 2016. My position is called Animal Care Officer. In addition to just taking care of animals, I also have other responsibilities like taking care of the people in the section that work here, as well as a lot of paperwork. The Devils are something new to not just me but everyone else here in the section. This is the first time that these animals have been in Singapore, anywhere tropical to begin with. Definitely a new, interesting challenge for all of us. Yeah. The idea of them being first time in a tropical area, then obviously them being from a more temperate, colder climate animal, we obviously have to give facilities for them to make sure that they feel comfortable, which is why we have managed to provide them with air-conditioned dens and an indoor exhibit. When we eventually did release them here, we actually realized that they don't really mind being in the humid and the hot environments. We've seen them just spending the entire time at night in the outdoor exhibits, even though it's warm and humid. And also in the daytime, we see them just basking in the sun in their yards. We already sent some keepers over to Australia, to Tasmania, to actually work with the Devils, attachment to some of the facilities over there. We keep thinking, oh, okay, maybe it's something a bit devilish, a bit dangerous maybe. But like eventually when they did come, we didn't expect it, but they were a lot more calm, a lot more mild-mannered than we expected them to be. Nonetheless, they are still a bit unpredictable at times, so they could still be dangerous and they still have teeth. In the wild, they are territorial. They're actually usually solitary animals. They'll tend to come together to feed when they scavenge on the carcass, but usually they're alone and they have territories. And most of the time when they actually fight is during the mating season, where males will compete for females. But in the case here, because we have 4 females, and a lot of them were raised together, so we don't really have that much aggression seen, though from time to time we still see squabbling between them, or sometimes you see them having altercation for just a short while, then later in the night, the next morning you come and you find them and they're both sleeping in the box together again. So it's nothing long term, it's just day-to-day squabbles. They have actually multiple levels of agitation, I would say. They don't usually go straight to the scream. They go from chuffing and sneezing noises, and then maybe to start growls, and then eventually do get to the scream. So the yawn, right, is not really them being sleepy. It's actually sometimes it's a way for them to like get to warn. The Australians have a very interesting way of naming different batches of devils. So they're usually named after a specific theme like herbs or snacks or pastries. So we have 4 devils here. They are from different batches. We actually have 2 sisters, Panini and Crumpet. I guess because they are named after pastries, they may be from the same litter.
She does look kind of chunky.
Yeah, I
must say.
All the 4 of them, she's the chunkiest one.
Aiyo.
We also have Jessie and we have Snickers. Because she's the nicest when we handle them. And she's like, every time we open the box, like she'll make this arf sound, arf, arf. These devils, even though they have this like very stocky, short leg, this stocky build with very short legs, it doesn't seem like they're very agile, but actually very agile animals. So they love climbing up structures. You notice all the trees here have been platted. It's to prevent them from climbing up and pushing the tree over and escaping. And you see some of the structures like these log stacked on over on that side, because they love to climb up to the highest point and just looking out the vantage points. Every time you're working with new animals, when it's something is unpredictable, you won't know how they'll react, you don't know their behaviors, you don't know what they'll do. But after working them sometime, you know their mannerisms, you know how they react, everything, then everything feels like comfortable. But as always with any animal, can never underestimate them. Always have to be on your guard, so you always have to be vigilant.